Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Tara Arnold and tonight I'm going to be channeling Ascended Master St.Germain and the Ascended Masters for an Energy Ascension update for the month of October. Now he's showing me there's a lot of you that have been transmuting some deep darkness this month of September because we're at the end of an ascension cycle. So I brought out my painting that I channeled with them. It's called Time to Awaken and it has energy frequencies for all the chakras in it to help us to expand our consciousness and help us to break the illusion. That was one that I channeled with them a few years ago. I have prints of it and I will put the link for that in the description below. Also, we have a live event coming up, and if you'd like to join us, I'm really excited about it. I will give details at the end of the message, but I'm going to get started and we will see you at the end. Thanks for joining us. Oh yes, welcome. I am St.Germain. We welcome you all. We are showing our channel that many of you are at the end of an ascension cycle. At the end of September 2025, it is shifting into higher frequencies. You are accelerating in your ascension process and turning a page. You would be entering 2025 of October with more zest in your step, with more light in your eyes and more power in your hearts. There are many on planet Earth that have been climbing the ascension ladder and they feel beaten down and defeated by those around them. But we would say that there's eruptions of truth on planet Earth and the old energies can no longer sustain the new frequencies onto the planet. So you will see that many cannot handle the frequencies. They will be off kilter and coming undone, we would say. There will be short-circuiting of many egoic minds on planet Earth as we turn the page into a new chapter. This is that many of you will be letting go of the old in the sense that you will begin to stop figuring out the solutions to the problems and instead turn inwards and ask, what can I create? What can I unfold in the now moment in my own reality, and focusing in on your truth and your ascension process rather than saving the world. This is what we are excited about because many of you have been feeling this uphill battle of always losing to those who are there to show the dark and show a reflection of your dark. And as they have brought the shadows to the surface and you are transmuting it within yourselves, you are no longer seeking solace from them. You are no longer seeking approval from them. You're no longer seeking validation from them. You are letting go and turning inward to master your own alchemy from within. It is not about outside of you. At this time, it is about your inner core. It is about your inner God source energy within you. It is about connecting with that and expanding it from within. Where are you still unfolding the old ways or solving solutions the old way? What is it that you are putting other needs before your own and then feeling run out and run down by the end of the day? You will begin to notice that you no longer feel a necessity to do so. It will be asking oneself, how can I align with my higher purpose, rather than how can I go fix this person's problem in order to please them. And you will start to focus in on oneself without feeling the guilt and shame. We would say this is a time of celebration because it is a step forward in humanity when one focuses in on the God within themselves and expands that consciousness for everyone around them to begin downloading their light from. There will be many systems changing in this new era of ascension. During this period of mass awakening and transformation, the energies will be intense but purposeful. You will notice that there will be many systems that will be shifting into a new way. Within the school systems, more creativity focused teachings and emotional regulation teachings. There will be more, we would say, meditative practices brought into the educational system and the healthcare system, as those that are feeling disappointed on planet Earth with the healthcare system service and the educational service are beginning to look elsewhere. They are on the internet looking and seeking answers to help themselves and to assist their families, instead of running out to a doctor or a teacher to fix or solve their problem. This is going to cause great expansion of consciousness, simply because they will begin to ask themselves questions as they go on their healing journey. Why isn't this system helping me anymore? I feel rejected and let down from this system. Where am I giving my power to the system? They will begin to ask these questions and realize that there will be a third way or fourth way or fifth way to solve issues, rather than seeking outside of themselves and handing the power over to somebody else to do it. Humanity is being invited to reclaim their sovereignty without giving their power away to the political system, and these structures have been slow in the process of crumbling, but we would say that you will notice a rapid increase as those that are in power will begin taking themselves down. Every time they have the intention of the dark, there will be more light coming to shine on them, and the truth will be exposed at rapid rates. Many of you are saying, well, why does this matter? Nobody does anything about it anyway. And we would say that their ego structures will take themselves down. There is nothing one has to do. Enjoy the show and watch it unfold, and you will see that they will lose their grip. It is that you are all expanded light on planet Earth, and your presence is enough to knock over and collapse any system. There has been a shift in humanity, a tipping point of accelerated expansion of light, and there is nothing that will keep you in the dark any longer. Ask yourself the questions: where am I giving away my sovereignty? Where am I giving away my truth for others to keep their lies? Where am I not having a voice? Where am I afraid to speak up? What if I spoke up? What would happen then? What if I began to speak up? What was the worst that could happen if I spoke up? It is time to find out. It is time to see and test the boundaries of your truth. What would happen? Because many of you have been afraid to speak your truth because of fear of what would happen after you spoke your truth. But we would say the aftermath of it is not as intolerable as you are anticipating. And as you begin to have a voice in situations at your work or in relationships or in public, and you are no longer allowing the gaslighting to silence you, as you begin to do this, you will see that you are safe. And it is taking that first step. It is that baby step. Try speaking up with something small. If you are at a restaurant and they serve you the wrong order, then do not be afraid to send it back. This is how small we are saying. There are many that will keep silent and eat what is given to them, even though their order was wrong. And we would say to not be afraid of this. See where in your relationships you have not had a voice, and how could you begin having a voice in your reality? So as you walk through your month of October, remember the world isn't ending. The old story is. And start to focus on, why am I here on planet Earth? Because many of you have forgotten. It is about frequencies and experiencing the frequencies of emotions and the frequencies of the polarity of your light. And it is that when you are introduced to the shadows of yourself, when you are introduced to the darkness reflecting back to your light, it is always a gift. Ask what the gift is, and remember that being a spiritual body on planet Earth is to experience what it is like to be human. Experience the frequencies of the emotions. Are you reacting to them? Are you responding? Are you enjoying when someone shows you a reflection of yourself, or are you resisting it? We would recommend to begin asking yourself what it is like to be human, and who am I without a body? Who am I without a mind? Who am I without this human costume? What is it like to be in this human costume? And these will begin to open more awarenesses that you are here to experience not only frequency, but the human costume. What does this feel like? Could you do something different with the human experience? Was there something that on your bucket list on planet Earth that you have always wanted to do but have pushed aside? Do something for yourself. We are showing our channel that many of you are feeling defeated and run down and not been able to enjoy the human experience. We would say, what could you do for yourself? So bringing this focus in on yourself will expand one's consciousness, simply because it will be forcing you to look in rather than outside yourself. We would say to take time for yourself in the month of October to decide what you would like to move forward with. Where have you not tied up loose ends? We had mentioned this last month. What is it that you would like your new reality to look like, and are you bringing any of the old with you? Are there old belief systems that you are hanging on to, or old ways that you are afraid to let go of? Focus in and look around. Ask to see in a different perspective. Ask to see yourself in a different perspective. Ask to see through eyes in a new way. Could I look through my eyes, in the eyes of God, at everything, and look at myself with the eyes of God? Many of you have been focusing so much on helping people around you and assisting humanity that you have forgotten to look at yourselves. Have you looked at yourself in the mirror lately? Have you ever sat back and admired your own human costume? Have you ever sat back and asked what it needs? Talk to your bodies as if they are friends, and you will find more unfolding in your conscious expansion. Blessings for the month of October. Blessings. We are with you. Call us in. He's saying that he knows a lot of you have been going through a struggle or suffering over the past few days, like really deep darkness, dark night of the soul, and that you weren't alone, that he's been there with you, and the Ascended Masters are with you. So if you're here watching this channel, it's because you're already working with them on some level. So hang in there. And they're bringing in a lot of joy and frequencies for the heart chakra to transmute dark back to light, fears back to love. So if you're open to receiving, just simply state you're open to receiving. But the frequencies they're bringing in, they keep making me laugh. So once they integrate, it just takes a few days to integrate, then you should feel more laughter, more joy in that heart chakra. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.